What's poppin', y'all? This your boy Bishop, back for episode 69 of Shit That Be On My Mind. If you like what I be saying, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This morning, today's topic is fuck symbolism, where's the tangibles? And the reason why I'm titling it that way is because we then prematurely, not all black people, but a lot of black people then prematurely start celebrating because white people out here with us, they got the signs BLM, Black Lives Matter. They saying, they putting their hands up and saying I can't breathe, and I mean they doing all the symbolic gestures. Great, but that ain't enough. And we can't become satisfied or complacent thinking that's enough. Now, anybody that's watching this, any black person that's watching this right now, challenge the white people who claim to be for us, challenge them and say, hey, are y'all for reparations? Are y'all for any money being allocated to the black community, specifically, not LGBT, not immigrants, not white women, none of that shit, no Asians, nothing, no Arabs, no nothing. Have money allocated directly to black people and see if they still say Black Lives Matter. See, right now it's trendy to get you a sign, go out there and say Black Lives Matter and stop messing with the black people. It's trendy. But what about that money? What about allocating loans, free free money for black business owners to rebuild and start up new businesses, funding for schools? I mean, everything that we know we need, is they willing to fight the government tooth and nail, like how they acting like they fighting for us now? Is they willing to fight the government from a city level, from a state level to a federal level for black lives that they say matter, to make sure we get money allocated to us directly? You will see their whole tune will change up. They'll start stuttering, or they might even just blatantly say, no, I don't support it. See? So don't get caught up in these symbolic gestures, man. You know, you got chief of police in certain cities kneeling and I mean, just all kind of, these all symbolic shit. It looked like a win, but that's called Jedi mind trick. That's called chess. Niggas is playing chess. They know we like to be pacified. They pacifying us. That's all they doing. Until the next George Floyd occurs. Then we all in a whole uproar again when we can capitalize on this moment now. So that's why we can't, as black people, we can't get so caught up in a name. You know, rest in peace to George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. I mean, all the black people who've been killed unjustly by the police. We can't just make it about them. It's the system that we got to continue to shed light on. See, they want us to focus on the person. See, so once that's over, the emotion is over until it happens again. So it's just like a wave. It just comes in waves, man. We can't fall for that shit no more, man. Stick to the main thing, is the systematic white people racism, dog. This shit is systematic. It ain't just George Floyd or Breonna, man. They was murdered because of systematic racism, man. So we got to continue to focus the light on that. You hear me? Like, we don't focus the light on that, then okay, all right. Once we ride the wave of emotions of George Floyd, who next? So we get satisfied, or we get pacified with the symbolic gestures, you know, with the mayor of Minneapolis crying at George Floyd's casket. That shit don't mean nothing. Fire the whole police department, fire the chief, fire the prosecutor. If you want to really do something for George Floyd, lock the motherfuckers up. That crying shit don't mean shit. That's all symbolic. That's making like, oh, white people care. That don't necessarily mean that man care. That's why we have actors and actresses. That's why motherfuckers win Academy Awards. Because you got people who know how to act very well. But where's the substance? Where's the tangibles? What is they going to do specifically for black people? That's what we got to start focusing on. What is y'all going to do for us specifically? Not, oh, well, we're going to send money. Like, you got all these major companies now. Nike, all these major companies want to send money to unjust this and lawful, unjustful, unlawful this and that and the third. Or to people of color or minorities. Just different words, man, that really doesn't specifically address us specifically, dog. If that shit don't say black people specifically, like bold letters and in small letters in the fine print, if that shit don't say black people, then we shouldn't be fucking with it, man. You hear me? We shouldn't be fucking with it, because at the end of the day, that's a trick bag, man. That's the pacifier. That's the Jedi mind trickers to make us think white people fucking with us. It's the system, man. So we got to get that through our head, man. Focus on the system. Don't focus on the person, man. Don't focus on words, because they're going to keep saying people of color, minorities, poor people. These are all trick words, man. When you hear them put them words in print, or they say them out loud, don't, man, run the other way, man. Because basically that's not even for us. Because they're not addressing it. It's like on some street shit, man. If somebody talking about you behind your back, but then they come to you, or you go around them, or you go past, somehow y'all come across each other, and they don't say it, as they say in the streets, if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. So we got to remember that, man. Like, think like that, man. Take the street shit and flip it, tweak it, and put it towards this, because politics is something that we ain't really into. You know what I mean? We in the sports, we in the fashion, we in a lot of shit, but politics we not into as a whole. We got some people that's into it, but them the ones we call coons and you know, people a black face in the high place. They don't got our interest in mind either, because they didn't got them in the politic arena, and they didn't trick bag them and got them feeling like they better than us. So they acting like they fucking with us, but they ain't doing that. What is the Black Caucus doing for us? What is the NAACP? What is all these different groups that's doing something? Where they at, man? Even the clergy. What is they doing? They using trick bag words. So we got to be like, okay, if it don't say black people specifically, I don't care if it's coming out of black mouth. If they say minorities or people of color or anything like that, it don't matter if they white, black, or orange, man. Don't fuck with it. They not directing it towards us. So let's don't get caught up in the symbolic shit, man. That's cool that white people, like I'm going down there with my wife, you know what I'm saying, and my son, and we going to go walk and enjoy the weather, and we saw the protesters, and it was all white. They run around with their little Black Lives Matter posters and shit. To them, that's like arts and craft day. That's arts and craft. Excuse me for laughing, y'all, but this shit is damn near funny. This is arts and crafts to them, man. Like, hey, honey, let's go get our little posters and markers and crayons and make Black Lives Matter signs and go out there and say we love black people. Shit is a thrill to them. But let's start talking about some money, some tangibles. I guarantee you they whole mood and vibe and conversation will switch. So like I said, people, come on, man. We got to be smarter than that, man. I know we emotional, but we got to start using this a lot more too, though. You know what I mean? We got to use this. So don't get caught up in the symbolic shit. Where's the tangibles? Ask them, where's the money allocated for the black community for whatever programs or whatever we need? Where's that money at? Ask them that, and I guarantee you they'll change up. All right? Y'all have a good morning. Peace.